Welcome back, everyone. You're still watching News Night. Now, in a prelude to the World Day for Prevention of Child Abuse, a civil society organization, a Mother's Love Initiative, is calling on parents and government to discourage the practice of hurrying children through life. The organization lamented that most children end up with mental health challenges due to the practice of parents and teachers rushing the children through academic process, thereby making them adults before they are mentally ready.
There is strong evidence that children are exposed to various forms of violence and abuse worldwide. These traumatic events that occur during childhood are generally called adverse childhood experiences, ACEs, and can have a significant impact on a person's physical, emotional, and mental health throughout their lifetime. As a sign of creating awareness and condemnation of violence against children, the 19th of November is set apart annually as the World Day for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
Well, for more on this, we're now being joined by Hanatu, Enwemadu. She's the Chief Executive Officer of Mother's Love Initiative. Well, thank you for coming on the show. A lot of people don't understand why we are all laughing. I had to go through a name-calling session behind the scene, but we're glad that you're here. I hope I got that right.
So
Enwemadu.
Yes.
Great.
So much.
And so this is a serious thing, apparently.
It is.
And just reading through, it was a child psychologist, David L. Kind, that named it the Hurried Child Syndrome.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about this bug or challenge in Nigeria. Is it restricted to a certain social class? Does it cut across?
Okay. Yes, before now it was restricted to a certain class, but right now as we speak, it's cutting across border, you understand? Because everybody is trying to, copy. I mean, mine is there's basically a parental peer pressure. I'm doing well, okay, A is doing this, B is going to do it, okay, I can also do it. So it cuts across borders. And it's really something we need to look into. As a society, as a community, as on the government level, it's really a serious issue.
How serious really is it? Because, I mean, when sometimes you come across on social media, you see this child prodigy, be a 2 or 3 year old, reeling out the names of former US presidents and all of that, and you just see these little kids doing amazing things, and we're all going, ooh, ah, this is fantastic. Exactly. Is there anything wrong with that?
No.
Ordinarily, I mean, would that constitute, hurrying the child?
No. We have prodigies, without a doubt.
Right.
But sometimes, let's take it easy with them.
Where do you draw the line?
I mean, well, as a parent, as a mom, I look at my children across borders, I know their capacities, and I try to slow them down. Because I know that for human beings, or as we grow, there are milestones we have to achieve. Now you make them go too fast, it comes back. I mean, because it's a part of maturation. I'm actually a mom that has done a lot of reading and work with a lot of consultants, research people, because this is basically, what's it called, a collaboration effort. What we do is based on pure research. We had to do this for 5 years to ensure that this is the implication on the African child, the Nigerian child. That of David L. Kind is the American perspective. This is the African perspective. And there's need for lots of research to back the effects on the Nigerian child. So,
what are some of those? It would be nice to know what some of those effects are.
When you hurry a person or a child through childhood, basically you are putting him or her under a lot of stress. For example, the very common one we see is that of the education sector, where you see children are being hurried through school. You see a child that is already, okay, there's this classical case I saw in sometime in Lagos, a 10-year-old being in SS1. I heard of the 12 years old in SS2. Now that child's supposed to be in JSS, 12 years supposed to be in JSS2. So already she's carrying stress that's beyond her age. And according to our laws, the education policy, a child's supposed to be in school between the ages of 5 and 6. We all celebrate Finland education system. A child begins the age and Finland is 7. Because according to psychology, the fingers of a child are the last part of development, you understand? So in conclusion, or in essence, we are telling people, our society, allow these children to grow. We're not here to tell anybody, oh, we are guilty. We are all guilty of it. You understand? But basically, we are here to say, empathize, sensitize, inform. Parents, please slow down. Government, please come into this place. We need to talk about this more and more, because some of us do not know what we are
Exactly. So this is basically pressing kids to do things that they are not developmentally ready to do. Hurrying them up. Do you think it's a case of parents projecting their lives onto their kids? And I mean, like Ngozi tried to say earlier, what's wrong in wanting your child to do well? I mean, I say this child is great. A 2-year-old really knows all the names of the past US presidents. Why can't my 2-year-old do it? What's the problem? How do we get there? If you understand my question.
I do understand.
How do we get to this problem?
For me, as a parent, what's the most important thing? A child's well-being.
Right.
Yes, I understand the part of future. You understand in terms of getting a job and all of that, job securing. But what's the most important thing? That my child is mentally stable and balanced, can be beneficial to himself, herself, and the society. So you have to start being beneficial to yourself. So if I can manage my emotions, I can manage myself, because I'm going to experience challenges as I progress. I'm not matured enough to be able to. What happens? I begin to digress. I go into depression. I can't handle it. Challenges will come. Oh, what's happening? Why is it happening this way?
In practical terms, what are these cases like in our society? Can we see and feel them? The effects of hurrying children?
Yes, depression is there. The use of drugs are there, because they have to find ways to cope. I mean, it's across, but look at our look at our youths. A lot of us are not doing very well. I was lucky to be at a certain point in my life. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was till I was 40.
Actually, I was just going to say that.
I didn't know who I was. You understand? So
loss of identity.
Yes.
Lack of identity.
Yeah, you're still trying to find exactly who you are, what you're about, and what your purpose is. But if I hear you very correctly, if I hear what you're saying, especially on the issue of starting school, are you recommending that ideally, like you mentioned, where is it done again?
Finland.
In Finland?
Yes.
Great. That the ideal age to start school
6.
is 6.
Grade 1. 6.
6.
Grade 1. Some say 5 was 6.
How is it even possible in this climes? I mean, with the challenges of, socioeconomic, realities, parents have to go out, go to work and all of that, drop the kids at the kindergarten, they even have what?
They always have a pre now.
There's always a pre now, and parents don't pick their kids up until sometimes about 7 p.m.
I understand. That's if terrain finance, but at the end of the day, with whatever I have to do, I have to make sure whatever class he or she is, at a certain time, by 6 years, being grade 1. So this is where our government comes in. This is where the society comes in. I can tell you from my own experience, you understand, all cases we have seen. You see, I say, no, she is not ready. She doesn't, yes, she's smart, she's an old soul, she's talking, but she is not yet ready. I want her to be able to go through that stage without being able to manage the pressures that comes with that age, you understand. Now, if you can,
for the real world.
For the real world, you have to be ready, just like a mom. I saw a case of a 21-year-old girl that had graduated, she was done with everything. Now, she's still not where she's supposed to be. And I'm like,
I feel like the saying age is nothing but a number has been wrong all this while. Age is real. It's something we should pay attention to.
Sometimes I say, how did I get here? I'm turning 45 in a few days. How did I get? I wasn't
45 looks good on you, by the way.
Thank you. How did I get here? But looking back, I'm fulfilled, I'm happy.
Right.
But I see some of my friends, my age mate, are they're still struggling. I was lucky enough to be able to catch up real fast and say, okay, you know what, I think I have to.
Okay.
So you understand.
The ability to, deal with the real world is very, very,
very important.
Very important.
Very important, especially how it is.
Thank you so much, Hanatu Enwemadu.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Yes,
I have people.
Yes.
And if you've got people, you've got everything. Thank you so much for staying with us.